Hello, welcome back. Catfish, you heard me, catfish. A delicious soul food. A lot of people don't know this about me because of my accent, but I have been living in the south of the United States for about 25 years of my adult life. I'm talking about Florida, Northern Florida, Tennessee, Virginia. Plus, I have visited considerably both Carolinas, Georgia, um, Louisiana, Texas, and many others. So the point I'm trying to make is I'm not trying to imply that I'm the best when it comes to cooking soul food. What I'm trying to show you here is that if I can cook it, you can too, even if you come from the islands like I did, Europe, Asia, it doesn't matter. If you know how to cook and you pay attention, or you want to learn, you're going to do it too. And being around all the cultures and living in this area for so many years have helped me a lot as it relates to soul food. But before I start, go hit that like button, share this video, subscribe if you haven't. I'm very curious about your opinion and observations. Many of you are actually from being doing and cooking soul food for many years through the different generations of your family. So I'm curious about any tips, observations, thumbs up, thumbs down. It's up to you. But more importantly, go nowhere. Let's create. So this is my catfish fillet. This is what they call blue catfish. It's wild caught, meaning that it was caught in the wild. It's not farm. Very nice. I'm going to cut it, in maybe 4 pieces. I have what we call cornmeal, 3/4 cup, and 1/4 cup of the all-purpose flour, and I mix it up here. Both of them are mix, and I have to mix it more, by the way. I have some salt, some ground black pepper. I got some red cayenne pepper because I want a little bit of a kick. And I have some smoked paprika. I know a lot of people like to use paprika, give it that darker orange, reddish color. I like the smoke taste, so I like my paprika to be smoked. And about the smoked paprika, I have an egg for the mix, and I have a lemon handy here for you know what at the end. And of course, you're going to need some oil because you're going to fry this. You can use any type of oil. I'm going to go with the vegetable because that's what I have accessible. I don't want to use my extra virgin olive oil for this. And let's see, let's start. So I'm going to cut it. Say, and I think I'm going to cut it in half because I want my pieces to be smaller. And I'm going to do the same here. So they're pretty much the same. So I'm going to start by adding a little bit of salt and pepper on these babies. And you're going to do this on both sides. See how beautiful. See how beautiful. Some pepper. I'm also going to add a little bit of the smoked paprika, just a little bit. Just a little bit, not a lot, just a little bit. Do the same on the other side. I just want that color. And I know adding a lot, just a little bit. And do the same with the cayenne pepper. And you can put this in a bowl and do all the mixing the same. But I'm just doing it here so you can see what I'm doing. See? Add a little bit of this here. Put some of the paprika. Once again, you could have done this in a bowl and mix everything like that. So the cornmeal and the, general purpose flour are mixed. And you know what I'm going to do? Let me add a little bit of that cayenne stuff that I have left. A little bit of the paprika. A little bit of the black pepper. Tiny bit of salt. You don't want this too salty, so I'm going to put just a little bit more pepper. Mix things up. Because I want things to be, I don't want it, I want it a little bit dark. So I have the egg already ready in the side. I have my mixed stuff here ready. What I'm going to do is, first I'm going to, and by the way, this catfish, I had it out of the refrigerator for about 20 or so minutes because I wanted them to get to room temperature. I like to get them a little bit, a little bit of the powder there, then move them to the egg, get them wet, then move them back here, and then I mix things up to make sure they get the nice cornmeal, or the mix. I'm going to call it the mix because now it's beyond just cornmeal. And see how nice they look and see how beautiful. And what you do is you put it in a place where you're going to later fry them. And you do the same with the other one. Okay, so I have this pot. It's kind of medium size. You can have the big ones. I only cook in about 4 fillets anyhow. But that's some things you need to know. Number one, you want to have this at high heat first, for a couple minutes to make sure it's hot. After a couple minutes, reduce the heat to somewhere in the area of a couple notches above medium. So it's still hot. The second thing is that you don't want to put all the fillets at once because you don't want to overcrowd this. Now, if I'm going to put one just to illustrate right now. And this one I was able to submerge. And because this is a small pot, I might have to, I might be able to fit 2 and do 2 at a time. But here's the thing. I'm going to cook this for about 4 minutes, 4 or 5 minutes. If this was not submerged fully, then I would have had to cook one side for about a couple minutes, 2 minutes and a half, and then flip them. But because they are submerged, I'm cooking them there for about 5 minutes, 4 to 5 minutes until it gets the color that I like. And look at this beautiful color already. Another thing that you want to have handy, you might want a paper plate or a plate with some napkins. Some people, I've seen in the South, friends and others, they use those wire griddles where you can put the fish and the grease drip out, but this would do. So this one, I'm going to cook for about 3.5 minutes. 3.5 minutes. Let me get it out here. Transfer to this paper. See how nice they look. Oh yeah. Then you come and remove it from here and put it in the paper. Letting the things to cool down a little bit, but I want to take a look at something here. See how beautiful. See the fish? No burn. Tender and nice. Crispy on the outside, but very tender and delicious in the inside. I found a small potato, so I'm going to peel it. So I'm going to try cook some fries or something. So I'm going to cut a tiny bit of the bottom to create a balance so it's not moving around. Cut it in half. And then evenly start cutting your fries or your wedges or whatever you want to call it. See? And if you want to make them a little bit small, cut them again. And now you have some fries. And this is a quick and dirty. You can do with more style. I have a video on how to do it with more style, but I'm in the hurry here. And this is just a small potato, so it doesn't need to go overboard with it. See? So easy. So I took advantage of the fact that I'm using this kind of oil. Put the potatoes in this strainer and fry them for about 2-3 minutes, whatever amount of time is required. I traditionally don't eat starchy food, but I'm going to make an exception today with this delicious and nice looking catfish and this potato fries. And transfer to to a plate with some napkins to get that grease out here.